Welcome to another Desktop Dungeons video, as we continue our way towards the Vicious Rainbows. So Naga City, I want to do a third proper non-exploit run, just to equip everyone for the quest. Obviously on this profile we've now unlocked the Gorgon. I think for Naga City specifically, probably we should just show the Paladin. It's a very good, it's generally considered one of the strongest classes in the game, and that's not a mistake. Paladin is incredibly good, but for Naga City specifically, it just it does very well. Now, I think for this you would always prep the Dragon Shield if you have it. I was wanting to show these ones without using any of the Vicious Reward items, but I think, you know, if we're going to show the strategy, we should show the strategy. Okay, so we're going to go human. We'll reach level 10 in Naga City, so human will be strictly Beth and Orc at that point. We're going to take attack boosters like normal. We're going to take the Dragon Shield. We're going to take... we've got a real choice here. I think we're going to take Patches. We're going to take Glowing Guardian. If I was doing a Vicious Token run, Paladin's a great class for that. And Binlaw, I think, would be my preference for a Vicious Token Naga City run. I'll do something slightly different when we get there. Okay, taking Bear Mace is arguably worthwhile here, but I think we're going to go for the normal Perseverance Badge. The Strong Potion selection. I got to take Compression Seal with Glowing Guardian and hope there's some more breakage in the run. And I think I'm not particularly fussed about the shop items, so I'll leave that as it is and take Shop Scroll, just to give you a little bit of piety to start with. So, Glowing Guardian obviously fits Paladin like a glove, and Paladin's really the only class since Glowing Guardian got reworked that can, I think, make full use of the boons. Glowing Guardian has just received a fantastic rebalance in the Extreme Edition mod, which I would recommend strongly to anyone looking for a little more challenging Desktop Dungeons content. Okay, we've got some more breakage and we've got some sub-dungeons over there. I don't think for Naga City you can... It's a little party farming trick. So one of the reasons Paladin works so well with Glowing Guardian is that you can deliberately get yourself poisoned and then cure it. So just to note a couple of sort of standard things here. Dragon Shield works very well with the Paladin. Paladin has 25% physical resistance by default, which is great. And with Dragon Shield that goes up to 43, which is extremely strong. Okay, so part of the strength of Paladin is that Spider Temple. Oh man. Right, normally what I would do with Spider Temple as a sub-dungeon is I would go and look up on the wiki what the optimal way to do it is. So if you ever get the Metal Spider Temple sub-dungeon, I would recommend you go to the Desktop Dungeons wiki and then go from there. There's a lot of great goodies in that, but like really you just kind of have to know what the optimal route is. Alright, do some rewind scouting just to get second level 2. I think you don't really want a level 2 and level 3 from an experience optimization point of view, but with Glowing Guardian start you can usually get that. Okay, we're going to Compression Seal here. Now we're going to get ourselves mana burned on purpose, and then remember that we weren't supposed to do that because the Gorgon is Death Gaze. So, yeah, that was smart. Okay. We're not even close, are we? Okay. Well, that was a teachable moment. So patches is great because it gives you boosts every level, such as resists, which are obviously huge with this build. And it gives you a random punishment. Most of the time, Paladin has helped me, so you can you've kind of got a free get out on one of the more annoying punishments, which is poison. And in addition to that, okay, we'll take out this vampire. Okay, I'm going to okay, let's just see with this. The other thing to remember with the Metal Spider Temple is that it does offer some goodies, but also said goodies come with a lot of black space, and you want to be using that to regenerate for the rest of your run. Okay, I might see what this level 4 is before I decide to level up. It's Gorgon, which should be hittable at this level. Okay, we're going to go... And you see, the other thing with Paladin for Naga City is it just lines up very well with all the enemies here. So it does very well against Gorgon, that's Patch's teleport. And it does very well against snakes especially. So those are sort of two of the more vulnerable enemies, even more vulnerable than normal against Paladin. As you can see, yeah, counting not a strong suit of mine. Yeah, and also Paladin is like just super efficient. It's got a boosted version of Help Me, and this means that your use of black space is extra strong. That's more like it. Okay. Do I think we can get that one as well? What did Patches the Wonderful Taddy give us? Some extra health. Very nice. I think this is a full heal. And I don't remember which things do what here, so this may not be very optimal. Alright, so ideally I would have got a corrosion thing here. Can I get this potion? This is the question. Okay, I don't want to gamble. So Spider Temple will just kill you if you go too hard. So yeah, we don't want to be doing that. Now we've taken a lot of stuff here, a lot of weakening, a lot of corrosion. We do have our Fortitude Tonic, so we can do that, and at least start to get back on track. But yeah, Metal Spider Temple, look at the wiki. The wiki will tell you what to do. Slight plus of Glowing Guardian. Cleansing will give us take off the corrosion eventually. Just kind of randomly taking out that goo blob. Now I've got a big question here. It's, do I want to compromise? I was sort of hoping to get Miser this run, but Spider Temple and not knowing it has rather impacted that. So the Essence Potion you get from Spider Temple gives you it basically bottles all your health and mana from the time you do it, and then that gives you how do you say, you can then drink it and get that back later. Okay, I might take a cleansing to clean the mana burn at least. And I'll see if I can just win the thing with no shop items and a million stacks for corrosion anyway. Again, Paladin's a good class, otherwise I would probably not be doing this. Okay, so this is unfortunate as a bit of dungeon layout. But sometimes we have to deal with misfortune. I have a feeling that the translock we got, I have a sneaking suspicion that this doesn't invalidate our Miser badge. So that's what we're going to try. Crystal Ball Strike is a very strong item for Paladin, and especially if we're going for Miser, that should be a very good choice. Obviously Keg of Mana is a great item as well, and fits very well with Glowing Guardian. Okay, now I want to be greedy and get more stuff out of Patches, really, before I'm converting him. So I'm going to try to do this, and I don't know whether it's going to work. Especially with all the conversion corrosion that I've taken. No, that's not going to work. Yeah, I mean, this is basically just me being stubborn and refusing to compromise on just picking up the miser badge while I'm at it. So we'll see what we can do. Otherwise, yeah, if you're running this and you're not as confident, obviously just do that just for the dodge percentage. But yeah, so obviously if you're doing the run, you're not as comfortable, then it's fine to just you know, take a slightly safer route. I am regretting it already. But as you can see with Paladin, it's so strong that you can fight higher level glue blobs just directly physically. Okay, what did we get from Patches this level? 1 mana, very nice. Okay, Naga, not ideal, but it's what it is. Okay. Right, given I'm already being a little bit greedy here, going to do some dodge pre-stacking. So this is all a fun thing you can do with Gettinder, which is a very strong glyph. Normally you would be keeping Burn Day Res because, you know, that would be a sensible thing for a person to do. But I almost think it might be the play here to not do that. Okay, buy Patches. The noblest bet. Again, I'm going to hope we've got a few more what's here? Let's do that. I'm just thinking, do I have 3 more tiles of black space that I can do without taking a hit from that Naga? No, I guess not. Okay, fantastic. And we can also take Enlightenment now, which just gives us some more stats, more resistance, more damage, things like that. For Enlightenment, most of the time you don't want to actually really max out your beads before you get it. You want to grab Enlightenment pretty early, and it will give you a huge mana bar. Miser is still on the cards. Yeah, it will give you a huge mana bar that you can then leverage later in the thing. If you try to stack up beads, you'll end up with a full inventory, and it will just prove counterproductive. Okay, so as we saw in the previous run, we've gone up with our experience kind of pre-stacked. This just makes it nice and easy to try and level up off this first boss that we're fighting. Going to unlock Glowing Guardian first off. Okay, Iron Man is very much the easiest one to go for here. Tomothy is a bit of a nuisance, and you'd like to clear off the mana burn. Tormented one we're going to be using cleansings for. So, in some ways, yeah, I think it might almost make sense to I'm just thinking if we can clear out Tomothy and then try to use our level up to clear things. But I think it would make more sense to Okay, we're going to do this. Now, these are two quite annoying bosses to get together for Paladin because you're a bit reliant on your resistances. And also they stop you from using Help Me to dodge it. Soul Orb can be a really good find for Paladin, I think. Just as that allows you to avoid mana burn. Okay, so we need to clear some inventory space, to be honest. So I think I'm going to start by using Quicksilver. I'm going to take Cleansing. Just do a Reflex potion as well. Okay, down goes Tormented Soul. Now for Tomothy, I want access to all the monsters here because I really want to be able to just clear the curses it comes in. so a little bit of mismanagement there. But luckily under GG, one of the things you can do with cleansing is it does clear mana burn, and it also clears poison. So we don't need the Consecrated Strike for any of these. Again, Paladin just absolutely cleaning up here. Human, obviously also very strong for this dungeon. Okay, now we've got kind of all the traditionally tough bosses in one little set here, which is slightly awkward, but which also lets us really show, you know, just how good the class is. Okay, let's do my essence potion now. Okay, now Frank. And probably this build can just batter its way straight through Tower of Goo without using any of these bells and whistles. But since we have said bells and whistles, we might as well. But yeah, just regen fighting Tower of Goo there, like a normal desktop dungeons character. Okay, hi Kinish. You don't really need the second repairs and things like that, but you know, there's much worse things to have. And yeah, again, Paladin, super strong option for this level. One of the recommended classes, I think, for running it with the Vicious Token, for purist runs, really for any challenging runs. We've used it here to just get the Mitre badge. But it's a super strong option and would be my sort of recommendation for struggling. Glowing Guardian is maybe a little easier to run than Binlaw, but Binlaw is possibly the I think Binlaw is the easiest choice if you're going to do a Vicious Token run or something like that, because you can end up with sort of 65-70% well, 65% resistances for magic, about 43 for physical. Dragon Shield with Paladin very strong. Patches the Bear very strong on this dungeon, so you get to level a lot. And yeah, just in general, that should be a nice third run if you are struggling to unlock the Gorgon. Anyway, we're going to take the Cauldron to the goats. It's a bit of a novelty item. Unlike the Dragon Shield, which is incredibly useful, the Naga Cauldron allows you to overheal, slightly improves potions if there are a load of debuffs. There aren't really that many debuffs in the base game anyway, and unless you can overheal things like Priest and get some benefit out of it, but it's not a great item in general. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.